The NES was home to countless memorable adventures, but few games embraced Greek mythology as wholeheartedly as the Battle of Olympus. Released in 1988 in Japan and 1989 in North America, this action-adventure title drew players into a world filled with gods, mythical creatures, and sprawling landscapes inspired by ancient Greece. Developed by Infinity and published by Brøderbund in the US, the Battle of Olympus delivered a gameplay experience reminiscent of the Legend of Zelda II, but carved its own niche with a captivating story and deep connections to mythological lore. Infinity, a small Japanese developer, spearheaded the creation of the Battle of Olympus. The studio was founded by Yukio Horimoto, a former developer at Tecmo, and his wife, Reiko Oshida. The couple's passion for Greek mythology and video games inspired them to create a title that blended the two. The gameplay and visual style were heavily influenced by Zelda II: The Adventure of Link. With its side-scrolling action, RPG elements, and exploration-based progression, it offered a similar yet distinct experience. Infinity aimed to refine and expand upon the formula by incorporating a richly detailed world steeped in Greek mythology. The game was brought to North America by Brøderbund, known for publishing hits like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and Prince of Persia. Its international release helped introduce Western audiences to the game's mythological themes. Set in ancient Greece, following Orpheus, a young hero on a quest to rescue his beloved Helene from the clutches of Hades, the god of the underworld. Helene has been poisoned and her soul captured, leaving Orpheus with no choice but to seek the aid of the gods. To succeed, Orpheus must journey across various regions of Greece, including Arcadia, Crete, and Mount Olympus, while battling legendary monsters and solving challenges. Along the way, he receives help from gods like Zeus, Athena, and Hermes, who provide him with powerful weapons and abilities to aid in his quest. The story is a heartfelt and mythologically rich adventure, with themes of love, perseverance, and heroism woven throughout. Players control Orpheus in a side-scrolling environment, exploring interconnected areas filled with enemies, traps, and puzzles. The gameplay combines platforming and combat, with an emphasis on precise timing and strategic upgrades. Orpheus starts with a simple wooden club, but gradually acquires weapons and items imbued with divine power. These include the Harp of Apollo, which can summon allies, and the Sandals of Hermes, allowing Orpheus to jump higher and traverse new areas. The game features encounters with legendary monsters from Greek mythology, including the Hydra, Medusa, and the Cyclops. These challenging boss fights require players to master its mechanics and utilize their arsenal effectively. Much like Metroid or Zelda II, the Battle of Olympus encourages exploration and revisiting previous areas with newfound abilities. This progression system adds depth to the gameplay, rewarding players who thoroughly investigate the game's world. The game is known for its steep difficulty curve. Enemies hit hard, resources are limited, and mastering the timing of attacks and dodges is essential for survival. However, the challenge makes victory all the more rewarding. Drawing heavily from Greek mythology, incorporating gods, monsters, and settings with surprising faithfulness. While it takes creative liberties for the sake of gameplay, it remains one of the more authentic, mythologically inspired titles of its era. While the Battle of Olympus is a far cry from the brutal action of God of War, it shares the same thematic foundation: a hero navigating a world ruled by gods and monsters. Although it was overshadowed by bigger NES hits, the game was well received by those who played it. Critics praised its challenging gameplay, mythological setting, and detailed sprite work. The Battle of Olympus was later ported to the Game Boy in 1993. While the handheld version retained much of the original's charm, it suffered from the limitations of the platform, including reduced screen space and simplified graphics. Over the years, the game has gained a devoted cult following. Fans appreciate its rich atmosphere, challenging gameplay, and the sense of adventure it delivers. The Battle of Olympus may not have achieved the fame of Nintendo's flagship titles, but its ambitious design and captivating use of Greek mythology make it a standout entry in the NES library. It paved the way for other mythologically inspired games and remains a favorite among retro gaming enthusiasts. Have you ever faced off against the Hydra or braved the depths of Hades in the Battle of Olympus? Share your memories and tips in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more gaming history deep dives.